Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Central Java, especially in Semarang. I would like to inform you that our local time right now is 2 p.m. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I explain to you further about our program today, please follow me to introduce myself. My name is Delfi Kofita Candra Putri. You all may call me as Delfi. I am from the Nuswantara Tour and Travel. I would like to welcome you to this lovely and historical city, which is Semarang, and I will be your tour guide for today. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are in Kota Lama, or in English it means Old City. Semarang Old City is a cultural heritage area where we can see many old and historic buildings. From the Dutch era, Lama is often called Little Netherlands. This is because within this 31 hectares wide area, there are around 50 buildings that are relics of the Dutch colonization era in Indonesia. This area, which was once called Old Thats, was developed in the 18th century. Back then, Fijo fortress surrounded and protected Kota Lama from the 19th to the 20th century. This area became a trade center. The history of Kota Lama began with an agreement between the Mataram Kingdom and the Dutch trading company VOC, in which the kingdom must give Semarang to the company in order to gain their help to win against the rebellion started by Trunajan. This agreement happened on January 15, 16, and after that, various things were built by the Dutch in this area, like government offices, citizens' houses, hotels, and even canals. The main street was once called Hiran's Square. Today it is called Legends Prapto Street. There are many European buildings in Kota Lama with various architectural styles like Art Deco, Renaissance, and Baroque. This area has been crowded with people since the 17th century. It was once a trading center among Indonesian civilians. It was not until the 18th to 19th century that merchants from other countries like China and Saudi Arabia come to this area. Tourists usually explore Kota Lama with a bike, so they can also go through the narrower streets and alleys. There are several historical places and unique buildings you can find. There is a bridge on top of Semarang River, which was once called Government's Brug or just Brug. Today people call it Berok or Berok Bridge or Berok Bridge. In the past, citizens could only use this bridge in order to reach Kota Lama. And now, yeah, we can see the Berok Bridge over there. Well, now let's see on the left side of us. Yeah, there is Belenduk Church, or in Indonesia we usually say it as Gereja Belenduk. The Protestant Church in Western Indonesia, Immanuel Semarang, or Gereja Protestan Indonesia Barat Immanuel Semarang, better known as Belenduk Church or Gereja Belenduk, is a Protestant church in Semarang, Central Java, in Indonesia, built in 1753. It is the oldest church in the province. Architecture and layout Belenduk Church. At 32 Legends Prapto Street in the old town of Semarang, Central Java is located is a small courtyard between former office buildings. The Jiwasraya building is located to the south across the street, while the Kertaniaga offices are to its west. The octagonal church, built on a stone foundation and with single-layer bricks walls, has its ground floor at street level. It is topped by a large copper skin dome from which it gets its common name. The Japanese word Belenduk means dome. The dome is supported by 32 steel beams, 8 large and 24 small. The towers square at the base and slowly rounding until top with a small dome are located on either side on the main entrance, while a cornice consisting of horizontal line runs around the building. Roman-style porticos covered in saddle-shaped roof are located on its eastern, southern, and western faces. Belenduk also feature etched and stained glass window as well as wood panel double doors at the south-facing entrance. The wooden pews inside Belenduk have rattan seats, while the pulpit is completely made of wood and located on an octagonal platform made of teak. A non-functional Baroque pipe organ from the 170 is also located inside. The floor is covered in black, yellow, and white tile. In the northern part of the interior is a spiral staircase, each with name of its manufacturer, Fletcherich, Den Haag, Rolling Mill, The Haag, which leads to the second floor. Well, I will give you history about Belenduk Church. Belenduk was established in 1753. The initial building had a jovial style, although meant for Protestants. Catholic also used it until the first Catholic church in the city in Gedangan was built. The church was later rebuilt in 1787. Another reimagining spearheaded by HBA, the builder, and W. Westmas began work in 1894. During this renovation, the dome and two towers were added. Another series of renovations began in the early 2000 as 2004. The church has 200 families in its congregation and holds regular Sunday services. It is also a tourist attraction. In 2003, the church celebrated its 250th year. Also in February 2009, Belenduk received an award for best maintained old place of worship from the Central Java branch of the Architects Society of Indonesia. Well, after this Belenduk Church, we moved to the Serigunting Park, or at our left side, yeah, Serigunting Park, being a new popular vacation spot in Semarang City. Serigunting Park keeps luring more people, either the locals or those coming from nearby cities. Visitors don't even need to do anything. They can simply sit in the park and enjoy the nuance. Let's follow me and I give you some tips. Please watch your steps. Well, look at this. In this case, they should choose the right time to come to the park. For example, it is early in the, it's afternoon, right? When the atmosphere is the best, the fresh air and peaceful ambience may soothe them instantly. As for an alternative, coming to the park in the afternoon is also evening is also recommended. At the time, many locals come to the park for relaxing and hanging out with their friends. The nuance is merrier at the time. Aside from relaxation, many people come to Serigunting Park in order to conduct photography. It is more than just taking selfies, but they can take pictures of the nearby building, especially the famous Belenduk Church on the that. Here is the tip. Everyone should come when local communities conduct a gathering at the park. At the time, the atmosphere is the best as tourists can meet various people with unique hobbies. Somehow, it gives them a better chance to take more interesting photos. Well, after this, on our left side, there are Jezikel or Marba. Let's go there. Please watch your stop. I think, yeah, right here. Yeah, right here. The Zikel or Marba building one-stop shopping services in the old days. Semarang as a main harbor city and Central Java region seems so attractive for the new businesses, also for a Hamburg-born entrepreneur. Although Adolf Zickel, the founder of Toko Zickel & Co., which will live as the first department store in Semarang. Adolf Zickel, with his brothers, Bernhard Zickel, founded Zickel & Co. in the early 20th century. And in Semarang, they start their shop by purchasing the former Genie Atelier, or military engineering workshop, on the corner of the Hirin Strat, nowadays Jalan Legend Suprapto in main area of Kota Lama or Old Town. Old Semarang whereas was the main business district in the city of Semarang. Long before Semarang, Adolf Zickel started his business in Medan, as it's written in the articles of Batavia Newsblad in December 16 in 18th century when he sued his employee for a fraud in his shops in Medan, which handled by Radvan Justiri of Medan, but still unknown when he started his business in Indonesia, or at the time was Dutch Indies. Zickel & Co. since gained success in Semarang. It even has its branch in Bandung, also in its main business district in Kurt Postburg, or currently known as Jalan Asia Afrika. In 1906, they were not only act as a local shop, but took it to the next level as importer. Zickel & Co. transformed into NV Import Massapich Zickel & Co. with the initial capital of 100 guildis, more than USD 50,000 in today's money. But in that announcement, which published in Batavia, dated December 5th, 1906, it seems that Adolf were no longer involved in the business, as his name not mentioned there. Since it starts with Adolf, then Bernhard and Karl, which when we take initial of their name will be ABC Zickel. Adolf Zickel seems back to Europe prior his retirement, as in obituary in one of the local newspapers in Nijmegen, Netherlands. Adolf was died there in 1919, and the obituary was presented by Bernhard and Karl Zickel. Zickel & Co. later in the 1920s decade built its famous building right in the heart of the Kota Lama Semarang, a two-story building with remarkable wall of an exposed red bricks like this, with a neoclassic style combined with tropical architecture, soon become one of the notable buildings surrounded. The building of Toko Zickel appears many times in the postcard issued about Semarang during colonial period, mostly taken from the east, and it's perfectly depicted Zickel & Co. with Koppel Kirk and the old building of Porsumich with its famous gable that changed into a simple Art Deco style in 1939. The Zickel & Co., or simply known at the time as Toko Zickel, provides so many stuff on their shop, and mainly its imported stuffs. They provide stuffs from fashions, hardwares, housewares, groceries, and even furniture. It's fashion stuff that provides for men, women, children, and babies. Was following the trends that emerged from times to times, which use mannequins to display something that considered of sophisticated at the time. The economic disaster in 1930s that brought the period known as Great Depression also affected to the fate of this company. Mainly since during the period the purchasing power were declined, it's indeed for Tokoziko, which provided such as luxury goods. These circumstances were disastrous. The company then went into bankruptcy in 1932, and it's announced to sell their property also in the same year. Well, after a long journey, you all must be hungry, right? In this area, there are some authentic food, and they were really legend, which are koyor, gulai bustangan, and IBC. Koyor is a muscle and tendon that are usually attached to the spine, to the knee, or to the beef, and they use some condiment on it, and it makes the taste really special. And we can find this koyor in our behind, yeah, over there. And then on our left side, over there, there is gulai bustaman. Gulai is typical of curry with the best ingredients and using lamb or beef. In front of us, nor. And then over there is IBC or ikan bakar Cianjur. Ikan bakar is burnt fish using spices. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you 20 minutes for looking around these areas of Kota Lama. Well, Kota Lama become the best destination in Semarang. Well, I think it's our time for ending the tour, and I hope you enjoy your day, enjoy your vacation in Semarang, and don't forget give the best experiences for the city. And I hope you all can accept my explanation. Thank you for using our services as a guide for today. I hope we can meet in another time. Thank you and enjoy your day. Bye.